Hey everyone, big news from Japan. If you're planning a trip or thinking about moving there, this update is definitely something you'll want to know. Japan is updating its visa fees for the first time in over 4 decades, a major shift that reflects the changing times and economic realities. Starting April 2025, applying for a visa will cost a bit more. Whether you're a tourist, student, or business traveler, expect a slight bump in application fees. The last time Japan adjusted visa fees was way back in 1989. That's over 35 years ago, when the Berlin Wall was still standing and Nintendo was just launching the Game Boy. Back then, the world was a different place. No smartphones, no social media, and international travel looked very different. Since then, inflation has steadily pushed up the cost of living. Japan, like many countries, has seen prices rise across nearly every sector. From groceries to gas, prices have climbed across the board. Even basic services now cost more to maintain. And running a modern government isn't cheap. Infrastructure, digital systems, and public services all require funding. Japan has to cover rising administrative costs and ensure its immigration system remains efficient and secure. But don't worry, it's not a massive hike. The government is keeping the increases reasonable to avoid burdening travelers. The increases are modest, just enough to keep up with the times and support essential services. Think of it as a small adjustment after 40 years of holding steady. Long overdue, but carefully calculated. And if you're an entrepreneur, there's good news. Japan's also rolling out incentives for startups, aiming to attract global talent and innovation. So, whether you're visiting for cherry blossoms or building your dream business, Japan is opening its doors, just with a slightly updated price tag. Let's dive into the details of these new visa fees and what they mean for your next adventure. Okay, let's get down to brass tacks. What are we actually talking about here? How much more will you have to shell out for a Japanese visa? Whether you're planning a short vacation or a long-term move, it's important to know what kind of costs you're looking at before you book that flight. Starting April 2025, tourist visa fees will increase from around 3,000 yen to 4,000 yen, roughly a $7 jump. It might not sound like much, but for budget travelers or students, every yen counts. Not a huge hit, but it adds up for families or group travelers. Multiply that by 4 or 5 people, and you're looking at an extra meal or attraction you might have to skip. Work visas will see a similar increase, while permanent residency applications could jump by as much as 10,000 yen. That's nearly $70 more, something to factor into your relocation budget. The good news? Japan is expanding its online application system. This means less time in line, fewer trips to the consulate, and a more streamlined process overall. Applying online can save you up to 20% in processing fees compared to in-person submissions. Plus, it's faster and more convenient, especially if you're applying from abroad. Planning a trip? Submit your visa application before April 2025 to lock in the current rates. That way, you avoid the price hike altogether. Even if it's processed later, you'll still pay the old fee if you apply early. So don't wait until the last minute, get ahead of the curve. And for digital nomads and entrepreneurs, Japan's startup visa remains one of the most affordable in Asia. It's a great option if you're looking to launch your business in a vibrant, tech-forward environment. Compared to South Korea or Singapore, Japan's visa fees are still relatively low, even after the hike. So, while the costs are going up, Japan remains a competitive and accessible destination for travelers and professionals alike. Japan wants you to start a business. No, seriously, they're actually making it easier for entrepreneurs to set up shop in Japan. The startup visa is being extended from 6 months to a full 2 years. That gives you more time to build, pitch, and grow your business in Japan. And Japan is backing this up with real support, like startup hubs, subsidies, and mentorship programs. Just look at success stories like Smart HR and Mercari, Japanese startups that went global. Plus, with the yen being a bit weaker these days, it's actually a pretty good time to invest in Japan. But Japan isn't the only country making these kinds of moves. Here's the thing. Japan isn't the only country raising visa fees. In fact, it's part of a much larger global shift. As international travel rebounds post-pandemic, governments are re-evaluating how they manage the influx and the costs of foreign visitors. Countries all over the world are doing it. From Asia to Europe to the Americas, visa fees are going up, and it's not just a coincidence. The UK recently announced a significant hike in visa costs, Officials say it's to cover rising administrative expenses and to modernize their immigration systems. The US has also bumped up its visa processing fees this year. The move is aimed at reducing backlogs and improving service times, but it comes at a price for travelers. And Australia followed suit, citing administrative costs and border security. They argue it's a necessary step to maintain safety and efficiency. Governments everywhere are feeling the pinch and looking for ways to balance their budgets. Visa fees are becoming a convenient lever to pull, but these hikes could hit students and budget travelers the hardest. For many, even a small increase can mean the difference between going abroad or staying home. Experts warn this could lead to a dip in tourism and international education. Countries that rely on these sectors might feel the impact sooner than expected. It's a delicate balance, welcoming visitors while keeping systems sustainable. Raise fees too high, and you risk pushing people away. Japan is trying to ease the process with its online application system. It's a step in the right direction, making things faster and more accessible. But those old-school revenue stamps? Still a thing. It's a quirky holdover from the past that feels oddly out of place in today's digital world. Come on, Japan. It's the 21st century. Time to fully embrace the digital age. So that's the scoop on Japan's new visa fees, and the global trend behind them. It's not just about one country. It's a worldwide shift in how we move. It's complicated, but it's happening everywhere. Whether you're a tourist, a student, or a digital nomad, these changes affect you. What's your take on all this? Are these fee hikes justified, or are they just another barrier to global connection? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective.